No, I'm really just too
Hello listeners, Lohit Youth Libraries volunteers welcome you to another edition of Yuva Vani for you. I am Vijay taking you to a special program, We and Our Environment. And with me is
Nishanlu Kri, Banika Kri, Bahailu Ramang, Keshilo Tayang, Solina Kabrai, and Anjang Mama.
From COVID-19 across the world has brought us to realization that if man is concerned to Mother Nature, she will give us many blessings in return. Whole rivers rejuvenating themselves, air becoming several times cleaner and purer, and serene neighborhoods with chirping of birds. Nature has miraculous ability and rejuvenate by itself. When we talk about environment and forest, how can we forget late Sundarlal Bahuguna, one of the pioneering and inspiring leaders of environmental movement in India, the Chipko movement. We dedicate this Yuva Vani Show to Sri Sundarlal Bahuguna and environmental activist and poet Subodha Kumari. Here is Nishanlu Kri sharing with us a journey of Sundarlal Bahuguna with the Chipko movement.
We all say we love nature, but are we willing to sacrifice our comforts and devote our life to protect our forests and rivers? One man in western Himalayas came forward to work with the local people to save the forests around them. He was Sundarlal Bahuguna, who became the leader of Chipko movement in Uttarakhand. Known for his simple lifestyle, Sundarlal Bahuguna worked to create global awareness about the severe deforestation going on in the Himalayan regions of Garhwal and Kumaon during 60s and 70s. He inspired many young people all over India to take up similar efforts to save the forests.
What can we do about pollution around us? Can a single individual fight this monster of challenge? Let's listen to what Solina Kamrai feels on this issue.
Why do we need to celebrate Environment Day when we should be taking care of the environment every day? Most such special days are created to raise awareness of an important issue and appreciate things we have all around, such as Earth Day, Women's Day, Science Day, etc. They serve to increase our commitment to pay attention to things around. According to the UN report released this week, human activities unequivocally causing climatic changes, and world is likely to hit 1.5 Celsius warming limit within 20 years. The deadly heat waves, mighty hurricanes and other weather extremes will only become more severe.
Indian women fought for equality, democracy and environment, one tree at a time. Wangarimatai was a Kenyan environmental and socio-political activist and the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Bahailu Ramang tells us about her thrilling struggle for conserving the African forest.
How many trees can a person plant? 100, not more than 1,000. But there is one person who planted more than 1,000,000 trees. Yes, Wangarimatai, the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Wangari had a life of great struggle in her childhood, as very few African girls then had an opportunity to go to school. Only boys went to school, as most girls had to go for firewood collection. So, Wangari helped her mother in farm and household activities along with her schooling. But as she was excellent in her studies, she won a scholarship to do college studies in USA. She became the first woman in East Africa to get a doctorate. But once Wangarimatai came back from America to her village, she was shocked. Not only her village, but the whole country had changed. The forest where she used to collect firewood was deserted, the streams where she used to drink water had dried up, and the medicinal plants that cured her were all gone. The Nobel Peace Prize and awards like Goldman Environmental Prize, the right livelihood award for her lifetime dedications to the environment and human rights. In 2011, Wangarimatai passed away. She has been compared to an erect and strong tree. Listeners, don't you want your little ones to witness the beauty and fresh air that we are enjoying now? Let's all develop Wangarimatai's inspiring love for trees and the progress of women.
Environmental pollution arising from plastic waste is a major concern. Now we have Kesiro Tayam speaking in Hindi on the dangers of microplastics.
हेलो लिसनर्स, आज के दिन माइक्रोप्लास्टिक एनवायरनमेंट के लिए बहुत बड़ा खतरा बन गया है। पर ये माइक्रोप्लास्टिक्स क्या है? प्लास्टिक के टुकड़े जो 5 मिलीमीटर से भी कम होते हैं उन्हें माइक्रोप्लास्टिक्स कहा जाता है। स्टडीज ने बताया है कि माइक्रोप्लास्टिक्स अधिकतर कपड़ों की धुलाई के वक्त प्रोड्यूस होते हैं, इसलिए जितना हो सके नेचुरल फाइबर का ही इस्तेमाल करें, जैसे कि कॉटन। माइक्रोप्लास्टिक्स केमिकल, टूथपेस्ट, डिटर्जेंट, थर्मोकोल आदि जैसे चीजों में पाए जाते हैं जो हमारे वातावरण में फैल रहे हैं। हमारे अरुणाचल प्रदेश में भी प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन बहुत बढ़ रहा है। कारण हम इंसान खुद, और सोल्यूशन वो भी हम इंसान ही खुद है।
Can you imagine a person devoting 40 years to create a forest? Just near us in Majuli area of Assam, Jadhav Pine, a Padma Shri awardee of Majuli area, single-handedly raised Malay Reserve Forest, a 550 hectares forest in 40 years from 1979. Banika Creed tells us his inspiring story.
The forest man of India. Will you plant a tree on a desert like sandy plot? Obviously, no one would. But Jadhav Payam of Majuli, near Jorhat in Assam, decided to prove everyone wrong. By planting trees on sandy shore, people laughed at him when he started planting the trees. Animals were killed or simply washed away. 16-year-old Jadhav Payam felt strongly that he must act and change the situation. Suddenly, it struck him. If there had been some trees around, the poor animals could have been saved. In spite of his young age, Jadhav decided to plant trees on the river bank. He approached government, but the officials did not show any interest to help him. But Jadhav was not willing to give up. First, he planted 20 bamboos, even though everyone said nothing would come up. But bamboo soon took root and turned green. Jadhav was excited. He planted more and more bamboo saplings on the shore every day after day, and year after year.
Our state Arunachal is renowned as a pharmacy of medicinal plants. Over 500 species of medicinal plants have been reported so far in our state. They can provide us abundant of home remedies, but can also be a potential source of economy to our people. Here is Anjang, my mom, telling us about few important medicinal plants that can be grown in our kitchen garden.
Hello listeners, as we are going through this terrible wave of corona, we know many people have been saved by a regular use of medicinal plants. Some of them like ginger, turmeric and black pepper we have been using for generations. They have protected us and made our life healthy and happy against several illnesses. There are many other plants which can be grown around our homes. Since the monsoon is still not over, why not raise a little herbal kitchen garden if you don't have one? Fortunately, Lohit and Dibang region is one of the most lively ecological hotspots, and these plants grow very nicely here. So here are 3 types of very common but important medicinal plants for our herbal kitchen garden. First group is trees, second some smaller trees, and the third herbs, which occupy very little space but can be very important for our day-to-day health needs.
Professor Guy McPherson, an American scientist, says, quote, "If you think economy is more important than environment, try holding your breath while counting your money." Unquote. With this thought-provoking message, this is Bithya Marai and friends from Lohit Youth Libraries joining all of you in doing our bit to make our environment greener and safer.